Okay, now, my name is Kuka4545, and welcome back to Trauma Center in Newport. In the last part, we've completed, well, we did surgery on the department secretary guy with a lot of aneurysms, and this part we're gonna do money talks.
Hey!
Hello? So if I'm started that again, I just hope it's fine now. Alright, let's continue on.
You there! Do you work here?
Who? Me? Well, yes.
Could you please take a look at my son? He's been complaining of terrible stomach pain.
You brought him here? We don't accept emergencies or walk-ins.
I heard this hospital is famous. And it's so big. There must be someone who can help.
Well, there's no point arguing about it. I'll take a look at him. What's your son's name?
Oliver. Oliver McHale.
Oh, miracle surgery.
You wouldn't believe the patient I'm dealing with. He's throwing a fit because his operation isn't expensive enough.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his friend just had a hernia operation that cost $40,000, and he doesn't want to be outdone. He's 11 years old and filling the role of a trust fund brat perfectly. I guess it wasn't enough for him that his father pulled some strings to get him into this place. He's the son of some big shot, and neither of his parents have the time to bring him here.
So how much are we charging him?
About $30,000. The operation will be performed in a deluxe suite. Not bad for a case of appendicitis, huh?
Appendicitis? What a coincidence. I'm seeing a boy with the same condition.
Excuse me, Dr. Blaylock?
Yes, Elena?
I have a message from accounting. They say to transport your new patient somewhere else. It seems the family can't afford the treatment. Since Caduceus isn't normally open to the public, they don't know how to deal with situations like this.
How much is it going to cost?
Well, the family doesn't have health insurance, so at least $10,000.
But transporting him now will put his life at risk.
Unfortunately, money talks. Even when it comes to healthcare.
What do you think? Should I have him transferred?
That's a tough decision. Marcus, have you given your patient his bill yet?
No, why?
Do you mind if I handle it? Chandler, I mean, Mr. Forbes, about your hospital bill. The total will be $30,000.
I told you, that's not enough. I can't lose to someone like Jimmy. His dad's just the president of some little company. I want a premium upgrade. Bring in like 10 doctors.
I'm afraid we can't do that, but there might be something else we can do. If you'd like to make a donation, we can increase your bill. How does $10,000 sound?
That's it? Well, how much would the total be?
That would bring it up to $40,000.
But that's the same as Jimmy's. That's still not high enough. I'm way richer than he is.
Well, we could add 2,000 more and make it 42,000.
42,000. Well, I guess that's okay. My daddy gives me whatever Oh! Ow! My tummy hurts! Hurry up and fix it!
We have the best room reserved for you, so let's get started.
Well then, the donation will be transferred from the hospital to the Oliver McHale Fund. Elena, prep for surgery. We've got 2 appendixes to remove.
That's one way.
Pretty sneaky, Val. To be honest, I'm impressed.
It still counts as a donation, so it's not gonna cause us any problems, right?
It'll be fine. It's in both their best interests anyway, so it all works out.
Well, let's begin the conference. The first patient, Chandler, has acute appendicitis. It appears to be in its early stages, so the operation should be fairly routine. However, the second patient, Oliver, seems to have the same condition, but in an advanced state. It looks like he's been trying to hide his symptoms.
But he's only a child.
We understand the situation. This is going to be 2 operations back to back, so let's be quick.
I think Marcus would be better with the healing touch for the next to the next patient. Right now we're gonna be working on, I think his name is Chandler. But then all of us are gonna be more severe, so Marcus would be better for that suited one.
We're going to save them both, of course. Let's get started.
So yeah.
This boy's condition is relatively mild, isn't it?
It's still too late to treat it with antibiotics. It would be best to perform an appendectomy.
All right. Please begin the procedure.
I hate slanted incisions.
Please prepare to extract the appendix. First, inject the sedative. Next, we'll be cutting into the mesoappendix. Use the scalpel to... Next, we'll tie 2 wires around the appendix.
So yeah, you just cut it and tie off the appendix.
However, they must be tied in the appropriate places.
One goes around the base. Look at where the wire needs to be. We're done tying the base. Now for the wire around the...
Now that both parts of the appendix have been tied, make an incision between the 2. Now that the appendix has been severed, the appendix has been successful. Fix the membrane, which looks like our first operation was a success.
This one was easy. But the next one is not going to be so easy.
Let's close him up.
That went smoothly.
Let's move on to our next patient.
Doctor, we have a problem. Oliver's condition has worsened.
What?
What's his condition?
He complained of severe pain and then went into shock.
Don't tell me. His appendix has burst.
We'll find out when we open him up. We have to
Let
hurry
me
and get
increase
in
the
there.
health a little bit before I go in, at least to green. Yep.
The pus is causing inflammation.
It's peritonitis.
Treat the inflammation and drain the pus.
We're not
The
gonna do that. We're
appendix
gonna
needs to
do.
be removed as well. Begin with the sedative. This is bad. The appendix is festering.
That's why I say Marcus is better.
The patient's vitals.
The appendix has been extracted, so we shouldn't have to worry about any more. Affix the synthetic. The synthetic membrane has been affixed. Let's treat the remaining wounds.
That should be all of the information that you have to worry about. Now we just have to not miss, and we should get a good score.
The appendectomy is
Huh.
complete and the peritonitis has been treated.
That was.
Let's close him up.
If you use Marcus, if you're having trouble with the pus, then you can use Marcus's healing touch to slow down time and have more time to remove the appendix before there's a lot of pus forming. But that's my opinion.
This boy is very lucky.
I always have difficulties with the vitals, so valves could have been better as well to stop the vitals from going down.
If he'd waited any longer for surgery, he may not have pulled through.
But yeah,
No.
that's just my opinion.
Let's close
So I'm
him
gonna increase his health a little bit. Stab it. Stabby.
Rich or poor, we're all the same under the knife. Never thought such a simple operation could put me on edge like this.
I think we've all learned something from this operation.
There should be a certain time limit. No misses, the max strain. And probably less pus forming. But I wasn't fast enough. Still got an A though.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You saved my son's life. But I thought that this hospital didn't treat normal patients.
Well, it was an emergency, so this was a special case. Thankfully, an anonymous donor paid for your treatment fees.
I can't believe how fortunate we are. That donor must be an angel.
Yes, well, please see to getting your son health insurance so he can get the medical help he needs.
Okay, I will. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Take care now.
You're very good with children, Dr. Blaylock.
Thanks. I did some volunteer work at an orphanage. How about you, Marcus? Who are the lucky beneficiaries of your time?
I didn't do any volunteer work.
Really? I thought that was a requirement for all doctors.
Good Samaritans. I don't know who's better.
Ugh, he's so self-centered. Drives me crazy. I haven't heard from him in I don't know how long, and now he's telling me to come to Philadelphia. He's got some nerve. It's like he thinks we're still dating.
That's just his personality. It can't be helped. Besides, you already said yes, right? You're not on call, so why not? Think of it as a little vacation, a chance to reminisce about your college days.
How stupid of me. When I heard that he'd found a new type of parasite, I agreed to go without thinking. That reminds me. How are things between you and Ray?
It ended when he went back home.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Oh, it's all right. If you're so worried about this trip, then why don't you bring Dr. Vaughn along? He has some time off too, doesn't he?
I don't know if that would be such a good idea. I'm sure he wants to get some rest.
I think he'd be interested in going. It sounds like a fascinating discovery.
You think so?
Thanks, but I'll pass. Philadelphia's too far. It'd be a waste of my vacation. Besides, Robert finished his report on stigma, and I'd like to review it.
Oh, come on, don't be that way. This information will be useful for you.
If it was that important, Caduceus would be all over it. A parasite isn't going to help us understand stigma any better. I have no interest in a new variety of hookworm.
You're going to drive all the way to Philadelphia?
That's the plan.
That sounds like fun. I haven't been on a road trip in a long time.
Really? Then would you like to come along?
Are you sure it's okay?
Of course. The more the merrier. I'll tell Denny it's a field trip for Caduceus Special Disease Counteraction Team.
Hey, I didn't say I was going.
What are you talking about? This is a team effort. I won't take no for an answer. We're all going to Philadelphia this weekend. That was an interesting operation, wasn't it?
I suppose. It would have been a lot more interesting, though, if the operation had been performed on a dog.
Oh, don't be so cranky, Marcus. How was I supposed to know that Denny decided to become a veterinarian? He tried to be a nice host, right? Even if he didn't exactly succeed.
Look at that guy. He's driving like a maniac. I hope he gets pulled over.
Well, I thought it was worth the trip.
Really? Me too. I'm sure what we learned will come in handy someday.
Operating on a dog. That might come in handy.
Yeah, like if we ever have to save a celebrity's pampered pooch. I never should have let you talk me into this.
All right, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. I mean, how would you feel if your college ex called you out of nowhere?
I totally understand. Just ignore him, Dr. Blaylock. Hey, what's with that police car?
There's been an accident. Stop the car.
Today's just not my day.
Honestly, I don't think it matters which one you pick.
It's worse than I thought. Someone was thrown from the car.
It seems he was the only one inside.
He's breathing, but he's unconscious.
So I'm gonna use Dr. Blaylock or Valve.
The wounds on his chest are pretty bad. He's not looking so great.
I brought a set of instruments. Let's get ready.
We're going to operate here?
We'll just perform first aid. He may be suffering from damage to his internal organs.
Well, this has turned out to be one hell of a road trip.
Opening a patient up is not first aid. I don't believe.
We need
provide first aid. He appears to have sustained serious blunt trauma to the chest.
We need to treat these external wounds first.
We've treated his external wounds, but his vitals aren't stabilizing. There's probably some internal bleeding. Please open him up.
Professionals, okay?
This doesn't look good.
Please, use the antibiotic gel before the hemorrhaging worsens. That was the worst one. Let's treat the other wounds now.
His vitals still aren't stabilizing. We must have missed something. We'll have to use the magnification tool.
Come on.
We've treated all the wounds, but his vitals still haven't stabilized. Doctor, something's wrong. Keep looking.
The patient's vitals.
The hemorrhaging's formed a pool of blood. The laceration has opened
Fuck it.
again.
God damn it.
Once you've closed it, quickly suture it. Doctor, this is too much for us to handle. We'd better wait for the EMTs.
For Dr. Vaughn and
I made a mistake. That was my fault.
He appears to have sustained serious blunt trauma.
The patient's vitals. The patient's vitals.
God damn the health. Going down so quickly.
Doc, the shadow has disappeared. Please
Oh.
use the ultrasound again.
Come on. So my guess is it's underneath.
It appears that blood has collected in the thoracic. Now suture the incision before it hemorrhages again. There may be other pockets of blood. Another blood pool is formed. Please drain it.
Goddamn, why is his health going down so quickly?
Finally, his vitals are stabilizing.
That one
He
was
should be all right
harder
now.
than I thought.
Okay, let's close him up.
Hoping I can do good. Probably C. I'm fine with the C though.
If we hadn't decided to operate, he never would have made it. Well done, you guys.
Probably a chain. max chain, time limit as well, and probably don't add the blood pool. I'm okay with the same.
I'm done transferring him.
Well, we at least accomplished something worthwhile.
Yeah, he's one lucky guy. How many...
I clicked too soon. That was my bad. Sorry. I'm distracted. Forced appearance. We gotta do this next and then end the video.
You wanted to see us?
Yes. I have a favor to ask of you two. Please, have a seat.
I don't like where this is headed.
Would you mind watching this video?
In these times of skyrocketing medical costs, there remains a ray of hope for those in need. Only one doctor provides life-saving surgery free of charge. This is Wish Come True Miracle Surgery. We're back again tonight to continue our surprising medical documentary. Welcome to Wish Come True Miracle Surgery. I'm your host, Guy Davidson. Tonight, we have a heart-wrenching story for you. Now, let's bring in our hospital's director, Dr. Leonardo Bello.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My question for you tonight is, are you living healthy lives?
Thanks for being with us, Leo. Let me compliment you on your work last week. It was inspirational.
Thanks, Guy. But it's the patient who's the true hero. I'm pleased to report that Mr. Ellis is well on the road to recovery.
I've heard of this show. It's on primetime TV, right?
Yes. They agree to cover all the medical bills, and in return, they broadcast the entire procedure. Ethically, I have some concerns about the show, but I hear it's rather popular.
Seems like a complete farce to me. So what does this have to do with us?
Keep watching. You'll see.
By the way, Leo, you seemed a bit angry when you arrived at the studio today.
Actually, I was. Allow me to tell you why. As our viewers know, this program has brought to light many serious issues with our healthcare system. But I recently learned something even more disturbing. $300 million of our country's annual budget goes to Caduceus. Personally, that disgusts me. What's wrong with our medical administration? Where's the money going? I haven't heard any reports that would justify such an outrageous budget. Research only gets us so far. What about the thousands of patients who aren't receiving medical care?
The future of this country's healthcare looks gloomy indeed.
I suspect the members of that organization are growing rich while the taxpayers are footing the bill. I doubt they're courageous enough to operate under the scrutiny of the public eye.
You said it, Leo. Please stay tuned. We'll introduce today's patient following the commercial break. Say goodbye to your medical worries and hello to Miracle Surgery.
What was that all about? They don't have the slightest clue what we do here.
They've publicly tarnished our reputation. Obviously, their claims are completely unfounded.
Let them say what they want. They'll eat their words eventually.
I agree, but the higher-ups are outraged about it. We received orders from the Secretary of Health and Welfare to crush them.
Crush them?
Yes. They want someone to make an appearance on the show.
That's why you wanted to see us?
So you actually agreed to it?
We had no choice. Besides, someone has to do it. We can't just pretend like it never happened.
I can't believe that you two will be appearing on Miracle Surgery.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it. One of the conditions is that if we win, they take the show off the air.
That's a pity. With your skills, I highly doubt you'll lose.
I'm a little more skeptical. My, isn't that a little cold, Dr. Suji?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll be rooting for you both. But with Leonardo Bello as your opponent, it won't be an easy victory.
You know him?
Yes, he was well known at the medical school I attended. It may seem like he's all talk, but he's a skilled doctor.
In these times of skyrocketing medical costs, there remains a ray of hope for those in need. Only one doctor provides life-saving surgery free of charge. This is Wish Come True Miracle Surgery. Good evening, folks. I'm your host, Guy Davidson. I'm sure you've all seen the previews for tonight's show. So, let me introduce our surprise guests. From Caduceus, one of our country's best-funded medical institutions, please welcome Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock.
Good evening. It's nice to be here.
Hey,
Let's start off with a simple question. What made you decide to appear on this show?
Unfortunately, there have been a number of rumors perpetuated by this program. So we're here to clear things up. Caduceus conducts useful research and provides unparalleled treatment. In fact, our research is the future of medicine.
Hi, you seem a bit defensive. What do you have to say in response, Dr. Bello?
It's not the future I'm concerned with, it's the present. And if my criticism will force you to improve, then it will have served its purpose. Now, let the lesson begin.
That's our Leo, a straight shooter. Well then, let's introduce this evening's patient. Enrique Alvarez is suffering from a very troublesome tumor. And unfortunately, he also has complications with his heart and lungs. This has made operating on him difficult. And that is why he has come seeking help on this show. Mr. Alvarez, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm incredibly grateful that this show has given me a chance to get some treatment. There were times when I got really down, but now I have hope. It's just that...
It's just what?
I'm a fan of Dr. Bello, so I was hoping he was going to operate on me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Enrique. But there's no need to worry. If anything even slightly out of the ordinary happens, I'll take over. So please, let them proceed with the operation.
Really? Great. That makes me feel a lot better.
Don't worry, Mr. Alvarez. You're in good hands.
Marcus's hand touch would be better.
This isn't exactly the place for it, but let's begin the briefing. Like the host said, the objective of this operation will be to extract tumors from the stomach. The patient also has arrhythmia, so we'll need to be careful.
Got it. We'll perform this operation flawlessly.
It's finally begun. The miraculous, life-changing operation is upon us. Will they save the patient? Will they prove their skill and determination?
will that guy ever shut up?
I say Marcus's would be better.
Just
What
ignore the
fools?
glitz and stay calm. Let's prove ourselves out there.
The abilities of Caduceus's best
I
and
hate-
brightest will soon be laid bare for all to see.
I hate slanted
Are they skilled
decisions.
surgeons or just government-funded slackers? We're all here to witness the truth.
Is he gonna shut up and let us operate?
Let's handle this like we always do, Val. Just concentrate on the patient.
He's right. Please begin the operation.
Here we go! Are you ready for some surgery?
According to the preliminary...
Hey, I think we've spotted some. They're about to extract it. They're going to cut it out. The tumor is being carried out on a stainless steel tray.
vitals aren't stabilizing.
There must be another tumor. Let's take a look with the magnification tool.
Hey now!
Where's all this blood coming from?
It's coming from somewhere else. Let's use the magnification tool to find the source.
What's this? Looks like they've discovered more tumors. Caduceus' true skill is shining through.
The hemorrhaging is
That takes care of one tumor. There may be others. What? His white cell count has jumped.
Are these tumors multiplying somewhere?
We need to re-examine the areas we've already treated.
Hemorrhaging severe. Hand me the drain, please.
What? You must be kidding me. The drain's not working.
Is it broken? Hurry and get a replacement. We'll manage for the time being.
So you can't do anything right now, so it's best just to increase the health until something happens, so...
No, an equipment malfunction? Get it together, Caduceus!
So we just have to wait till...
Here's a new drain. Huh?
The bleeding won't stop until we take care of all these tumors.
His heart's fibrillating. Stop operating. Flatline.
Patient's
The
vitals.
patient's undergoing cardiac arrest. I'll get the defibrillator ready and...
It'll be faster if we do it by hand.
We have a pulse.
Talk about heart-pounding action. What a surprising
I
turn of
get it.
events. But this surgery isn't over yet. The audience will settle for no less than the best from them.
I'd love to suture that fool's mouth shut.
Oh, we've lost the tumor chef.
How many tumors are there?
There's no sign of any other tumors.
That one was
Let's
difficult.
close them up and get this circus over with.
There were some stumbles along the way, but it looks like our guests have safely finished the operation.
Should have done it in the next
Just
episode.
close them up and we'll
Oh, well.
be done.
Inject you. Inject the bed. No, I said inject the bed. Inject. Inject the heart thingamabob. Alright. Professionals, remember that, Lena, okay?
How well did the surgeons from Caduceus perform, everyone? I'm anxious to hear Dr. Bellows' thoughts. We'll hear from him after the break.
So, I might split this into two parts then. I think one of the requirements is not to miss. I missed at the end. Like, that's in, one. Oh, I did not do well. C is fine.
Well, Dr. Bello, how did they do?
First, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Alvarez on a successful operation. But as I suspected, I should have been the one to perform the procedure.
What do you mean by that?
I would have been able to complete the operation in 3/4 the time, reducing the amount of bleeding. If this is the best they can do, then I'm rather disappointed.
What?
Guy, why don't we settle this once and for all? Let's invite 2 patients with the same condition onto the show and do their surgeries simultaneously. Then the difference in skill will be obvious.
Leo, that's a fantastic idea.
Of course, it depends on whether or not our guest surgeons are up for the challenge.
Of course we are. We accept. We'll show you who's more talented.
You completely fell for their trap, Val.
Showdown. But I'm gonna end off here. I'm gonna see what I can do with the time, but we'll see you guys in the next video. And goodbye.